Tzu Chi volunteers plan to hand out winter supplies at 5 refugee camps in Serbia to help them through the harsh winter. A woman from California simplifies her life to achieve zero waste and turns this transformation into a book. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. To help stranded refugees in Serbia get through the harsh winter, Tzu Chi volunteers have prepared more than 3,000 pieces of winter clothing for them. Volunteers plan to distribute the supplies to the refugees at 5 different refugee camps over the course of 4 days. Let's take a look.
After the truck carrying winter clothing arrives at the Obranovic refugee camp, volunteers busily unload the supplies. Tzu Chi plans to spend 4 days to distribute 3,300 pieces of winter clothing for refugees in Serbia.
All of us for this very bad period of time when refugees are in a very tough period, when they do not have enough clothes to wear. So this is a very good and real help.
Entrepreneur Tamara has traveled to Taiwan in June to attend the Tzu Chi camp, reaffirming her determination to carry out charity work. This time she invited many young people to help Tzu Chi with the distribution.
They lost everything, so it's a great feeling to give them some hope and to work with you together to accomplish their happiness.
The beanies and scarves are weaved by volunteers and people in Singapore. After receiving these gifts, the refugees cannot wait to wear them. Besides the distribution, the volunteers also hold a year-end blessing ceremony for refugees. After watching the film, a staff member of Commission for Refugees has much to say.
When I saw this movie, because I know all these people from the movie, I was working in Chile last year and I know all these children. I think it's very nice to share with all these people this movie.
Every day is enjoy, is good. Ubrinovac camp is Serbia. It's beautiful, so nice. I like you so.
At the end of the ceremony, the volunteers led everyone to gesture sign language for We Are One Family. The volunteers and refugees have conveyed their care and appreciation for each other.
As Taiwan is also experiencing freezing weather, Tzu Chi volunteers in central Taiwan visited care recipients to make sure they are keeping warm. Among the care recipients, one of them has to do recycling at nighttime. Therefore, the volunteers brought her hand warmers and made sure she was wearing enough clothes. In addition, the volunteers also visited one woman who has to take care of her bedridden father. Let's take a look. Are you feeling cold? I've brought some tea for you, some ginger tea.
In the freezing weather, the volunteers worry about a daughter who has to take care of her bedridden father.
Since they did not move around, they would feel cold. Therefore, we made ginger tea to keep them warm.
Meanwhile, Ms. Liu has to take care of her paralyzed husband and do recycling at nighttime. The volunteers have delivered hand warmers, advising her to wear more clothes.
We feel cold even when we are staying at home. She has to go outside and endure the cold wind. I feel for her.
We did not know if she feels warm enough. Therefore, we came to visit her.
They often come visit me. They worry if we'd go hungry or feel cold. They are nice to us.
The volunteers hold her hands and make sure she's feeling warm. In the freezing weather, the volunteers have brought love and warmth to the care recipients.
To brace against the cold weather, which was nearly 0 degrees Celsius, Tzu Chi volunteers in Vancouver, Canada, joined hands with the Salvation Army to distribute winter aid supplies as Christmas presents for 200 homeless people. Here is more.
As the temperature is close to 0 degrees Celsius, these homeless people are shivering while they come indoors. The volunteers lead them to do some exercises to keep them warm. This is the 12th year for Tzu Chi in Canada to work with the Salvation Army to provide a distribution of winter clothing and daily goods to the homeless at the Salvation Army shelter. Tzu Chi held 3 distributions to give gloves, socks, toothbrushes, toothpaste, winter jackets, and other goods to 200 homeless people.
For me?
Yes, of course. Oh.
While watching the events, some homeless people are finally relaxing and are able to smile.
Oh, thank you.
One homeless person even gives a pink heart-shaped crystal to a volunteer to show his appreciation. This celebration of Christmas allows everyone to realize the true meaning of Christmas.
As Christmas is approaching, Catholic countries, such as the Philippines, are usually in a festive atmosphere. Prior to this special day, people also increase their desire to purchase Christmas gifts. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers seize this period of time to hold a 3-day charity sale in Bohol Island. Most of the items at the events were donated by businessmen and local residents, and the money earned from the events will be used as charity funds for Bohol Island. In addition to purchasing the items at a very low price, the buyers can also use this chance to help those in need. Let's take a look. Tzu Chi volunteers for the first time hold a charity sale in Bohol Island of the Philippines.
All their goods that they don't use anymore or they have extra, so that they donate it and then we turn them into cash because they want to help people.
Volunteers borrow space from a local cultural center to host this charity sale. This event allows residents in Bohol to buy what they need at a low price prior to Christmas.
What I've brought are the items that we need at home. I know Tzu Chi will make good use of the money I have spent to help other less fortunate people.
This 3-day event is popular among local residents. This woman bought a cart of gifts with her family within a budget of $22.
We brought a lot of things at the charity sale. Things like groceries and clothes are very expensive, which saves us a lot of money. We also know the money we have spent will be used to help others through the help of Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi is not just to help people, but to help the people, to see to it that the people you help is able to stand up and help other people.
Residents in Bohol happily bring back this Christmas gift. Their contribution and love will be delivered through Tzu Chi's hands to those who need help. Tzu Chi volunteers in Chile have cooperated with the Maria Luisa Elementary School for about a year for 5 projects, such as the construction of the leisure playground, purchase of video equipment, and donating teaching materials. The last project was painting an educational wall. Together, students and volunteers made the campus more vibrant and alive.
With the teacher's encouragement, students started to draw on the wall. For the class of special education, this can help them to develop mentality and improve their social skills.
These 2 walls are to promote vegetarian diet. We first introduced to them the nutrition ingredients, and then we asked the students to participate in the creative process.
35% of students in Chile are overweight. In order to solve this problem, we use vegetarian diets as our theme, combining arts creations to design the wall.
Now that the classroom is so colorful, the students are very happy. We're thankful for Tzu Chi volunteers' companionship.
I'm glad I've participated in the sign language performance with Tzu Chi. I appreciated the Eastern culture very much. Thank you very much for what you've done for the school.
I hope we have a chance to cooperate again.
To thank Tzu Chi volunteers' companionship for the past year, Maria Luisa Elementary School invites them to participate in the graduation ceremony. The volunteers prepare backpacks as gifts to give the blessings, hoping that the students can continue on their next stage of education.
In the past 2 or 3 decades, Taiwan has begun to build taller and taller buildings. Living in such a tall high-rise leads one to get a better view of the landscape. However, it also marks the landscape for others. Many believe that this should be considered a common asset. Real estate developers, on the other hand, simply want to maximize their profits, which is leading the city's skyline to become chaotic and out of control. Here is our report.
Here you can see Tzu Chi, and over there is Guanyin Mountain, and the Tzu River and a well-known estuary, which is some of the best non-scenic spots in northern Taiwan.
The development on the top of this hill is betting that this view will spur business.
Here you can see the mouth of Tzu River at the estuary, along with Bali's Taipei Harbor, and to the right of Mountain Datun. In front, the view of the sea is blocked by these 2 big buildings. In Tzu, the view absolutely affects the price of the real estate, and those with none can be as much as $3,000.
On top of this mountain in Xingfu Liao are 3 luxury apartment buildings which real estate agents admit are being promoted to Chinese buyers. They're being advertised as having the same view as Hong Kong's Victoria's Peak, but only being 1/3 of the price.
About 20 or 30 years ago, the economic prosperity in Taiwan led some overseas trained architects to introduce foreign concepts of aesthetics into home design.
These apartments with a view led waterfront buildings to become popular and subject to lots of speculation. In Taipei and New Taipei, these areas included Sanzhong, Dazhi, Xindian, Damsui, and Bali. The highest price for these houses over the past 5 years was in 2014, when such waterfront property in Dazhi would cost about $36,000 per 3 square meters. In Sanzhong and Xindian, it would be about $15,000 per 3 square meters, and in Bali and Damsui, the price would be about $6,000 to $9,000. All these luxury buildings have one thing in common, and that is they are high-rises.
Why is this building allowed to be so tall? It is because it is adjacent to a park, as the law allows for this type of development.
According to the building code, as long as the building offers a certain degree of public space, you can be rewarded by building higher. Such calculations can include parking lots, park, and public space.
Open space is supposed to be used by the public, but if it's a residential area, then how can there be outsiders entering our space? Building guards will prohibit this, so the only people who profit are the developers, and the people really lost out.
An even bigger problem is that if you buy a unit in a high-rise building, there's no guarantee that you will always have this view.
There's no way you can sign a contract to protect your view. You should do your homework in advance and first check in front or in back if there are protected area that could be developed.
These apartments with a view have drawn the attention of the law as the chaos of development continues. The Ministry of the Interior's Construction and Planning Agency in July 2017 introduced the new building technology rules for new or additional buildings. As long as the building is more than 21 meters in height and 7 stories high, the buildings in the adjacent areas must retain the right to sunshine for an hour during the winter solstice.
The landscape is a common asset for all people to enjoy. Seeing the river or the ocean is something we all should share, as everyone has the right to enjoy the environment.
With many people fighting to occupy the landscape for themselves, there needs to be strong laws and regulations in place. Otherwise, the skyline will gradually lose its original beauty and spin out of control.
Can you believe a family of 4 can produce only half a liter of rubbish a year, something as little as a small glass jar? In California, Bea Johnson, a pioneer of the zero-waste household, has simplified her life to achieve zero waste. She turned this transformation into a book, which has now been translated into 17 languages. She is promoting this concept in various countries around the world, and even teaching people how to make cosmetics from natural ingredients. Let's learn more.
Because when I travel, I no longer have to ask myself, what should I bring? Because I can bring it all.
Can you believe that this woman who is traveling to Taiwan from California for 3 days only needs a 20-inch suitcase? Even inside, a cosmetic bag has some other surprises.
This is chocolate powder that I buy also in bulk. So I just, use the brush and
Eyeshadow and blush use all natural ingredients, as there are homemade cosmetics made by Bea Johnson, who is pioneering a zero-waste household. First time she moved from a large mansion into a small apartment, she realized we don't need so many things.
We found that 80% of the belongings that we had put in storage, we hadn't even missed for a whole year. When you live with less, then you have more time to enjoy your family, your friends, to do things outside.
When she goes out to shop, she even brings her own containers, as Bea Johnson chooses shops which sell in bulk with no packaging.
Thank you so much.
From putting these concepts into action, Bea Johnson's family of 4 used to create 242 liters of rubbish a week, reducing down to just half a liter a year. She would like to tell everyone that environmental protection is not just an abstract principle, but something that can be achieved in everyday life.
Tzu Chi has been promoting recycling throughout China for many years, even in different communities. Volunteers recently headed into a local community in Fuding City of Fujian Province to hold a street cleanup activity. Besides leading the residents to practice recycling, volunteers also set up the recycling points at a local Buddhist lodge, hoping to inspire more people to protect the environment. To promote environmental protection, Fuding City volunteers head to Guangyang Township, leading local residents to clean the streets.
With everyone's effort, we're able to raise environmental awareness of the residents in Guangyang Township. We also encourage them not to litter in the future. I believe once the environment becomes better, their health will get better as well.
Volunteers go along the streets to pick up and sort out the trash littered by the residents. Inspired by volunteers' dedication, many residents volunteer to help.
Doing recycling helps protect the planet, and it does good to our next generation. I agree with this idea. I think what Master Zheng Yan has said is correct.
It's good to sort out the trash because it helps improve the hygiene situation, which is good to our health.
Volunteers also promote recycling at the square. A recycling point has also been set up at a local Buddhist lodge, providing a place for the residents to collect recyclables.
Since the Buddhist lodge is a place where many Buddhist laymen can cultivate their souls, every one of them likes to come here. Even on rainy days, they shoulder and carry the recyclables on their backs. They're not afraid of dirt because they know when they're doing recycling, they're actually cultivating their spirit and cleansing their minds.
Through this cleanup activity, the residents have learned to protect the environment while also safeguarding their health. As we reported previously, the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter held a free clinic at a local school in San Mateo for the underprivileged people. More than 500 volunteers, including medical professionals, have been mobilized to help out at this event. In our next report, we look at these devoted volunteers to see how they work together to make this event go smoothly. Volunteers feel very happy to help out in every corner of the event venue, even the toilets.
Although we have been dispatched to clean the toilet, we work wholeheartedly to serve the patients.
Tzu Chi Philippines chapter hosts the free clinic in San Mateo, Rizal Province. Volunteers hold up the posters of each department, allowing residents to identify the departments they want to go. They also guide everyone to wait in line for the free medical service.
We help each patient, ensuring the entire route is smooth.
Flow ng lines.
Kitchen volunteers are busy preparing foods at the mobile kitchen, hoping to give patients a bowl of hot food and warm their hearts.
Some of the patients who came early to wait in line haven't eaten yet. Even if they had something to eat, they have been sitting and waiting here for so long. It's good to provide them with hot food.
Among the volunteers is the superintendent of a local hospital in San Mateo.
I know that Tzu Chi has been really supportive with respect to charity works on medical problems of our community.
To make this free clinic go smoothly, San Mateo National High School took a half-day off to give volunteers more time to decorate the venue. Teachers and students of this school also helped promote this event.
In terms of students and faculty, sila yung nagsaserve as information dissemination through community.
Everyone works with one heart to make this community full of warmth and love. In Taiwan, there are 11 certified Tzu Chis in Chenggong, Taidong. 9 of them were inspired by Tzu Chi volunteer Liao Shoufang, who joined Tzu Chi under her mother-in-law's influence and was certified in the year of 2000. For the past 10 years, she has devoted herself to carrying out Tzu Chi's missions in this small town. Let's learn more about her story.
Walking around Taidong's Chenggong town to visit people in need, the 67-year-old Liao Shoufang is petite but full of energies. In the 17 years being a volunteer since her certification, she has never stopped to help others.
This is the path I must take. I like to walk around in Chenggong town and collect some donations. Also, I want to get in touch with people in the community and see if there are more people in need.
She connects with people in the community by doing recycling. In more than 10 years, she has inspired many people to join the ranks of volunteers to do recycling.
Don't be beaten by difficulties. We must take it as a force to push ourselves forward.
Her mother-in-law was the first volunteer in Chenggong town. Shoufang Liao followed her example because they have very close relationship. Her husband and 2 daughters have also joined Tzu Chi, and they will be certified at the end of 2017.
My mother has the most beautiful heart. She is also the strongest, most persevered, and the bravest mother.
This is my blessing that I can have a son that marries this wonderful daughter-in-law.
Shoufang Liao has inspired 9 people to become certified Tzu Chi volunteers in the town. She described them to all have the 5 elements of Tzu Chi volunteer spirit, which are patience, determination, confidence, effort, and kindness. They will continue to help more people in need in remote places in Taidong.
To encourage students to reduce their use of plastic bags, teachers of the Bagua Elementary School in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, taught students how to turn second-hand clothes into recycling bags. In the meantime, students also went into the community to clean the streets, inviting local residents to protect the environment. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.